small-town radio station. It's time for our FFA program, and this is our FFA interviews of Mr. Bob Parsons and our first group of FFA students. Mr. Bob, take it away.
You like to ramble, so it's
You go for it.
yeah.
All right, I think we're on, and I'm here with a group of FFA members that are excited about the first presentation this morning as part of FFA Day on KSMO. I have 5 students with me. I think they're all upperclassmen, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, tell a little bit about their background, who their family is, that kind of information, so you have a better idea of who they are. And the girls all said they wanted the guys to start. Unusually, you know, we'd be nice and have the ladies start, but anyway, they want the guys to start. So I'm going to start here on the end with Grant.
Hi, I'm Grant Case. I'm the son of Mark and Julie Case. My grandparents are Bobby and Evelyn Mathis and Leonard and Mabel Case. And
You're in school?
I'm in 10th grade, and I'm obviously in FFA. I play football, and I'm in FCA, and that's about it.
Okay.
My name's Clayton Hedrick. I'm the son of Nathan and Sandra Hedrick. I'm in 12th grade. My SAE is beef cattle management. I play tennis. I'm in FCA. That's probably about it.
All right, good start.
My name is Tori Schaefer. I am the daughter of Bradley and Amber Schaefer. I'm a 7th generation Dent County beef farmer. I am a member in FFA, obviously, and an FCA member.
My name's Allie Wilson. I am the daughter of Raylene and Wesley Wilson from Licking, and my SAE is at Buckner Farms, which are my grandparents, Lonnie and Connie Buckner, and I am a part of the beef cattle production.
My name is Abby Wilson. I live in Licking. My parents are Raylene and Wesley Wilson. My grandparents are Lonnie and Connie Buckner, and my SAE is beef cattle production, and I'm in 10th grade.
Yes, we have the Wilson sisters as part of our contingency on our first group this morning. And I found all of your comments and descriptions of your background very interesting. Tori, in particular, proud of that 7th generation Denton County beef cattle producer, and I think that's really, really neat. And you'll, I'm sure you appreciate it. If the others don't, they'll appreciate it more as they get older. And I know most of you, your families go back a long ways in Dent County. The Cases, I've known the Case family for 50 plus years, ever since 1971. That's a long ways back. All right, let's move on to, I know a couple of you shared a little bit about your SAE, but that's always a good place to start in terms of getting you a little more comfortable. And whoever would like to go first, feel free to. Describe your SAE program, what you started out with. Clayton being a senior, of course, there should be some progression shown from what he started with as a freshman, and I'm sure there is, to where he is today. So kind of describe a little bit about your SAE program, and whoever wants to start can do that. The girls look again across at the boys. Okay.
So my SAE consists of beef cattle production and swine production and specialty animal. I raise bees, and then it is wildlife management, entrepreneurship, and production, because I trap and attempt to sell the furs, and
Quite a varied SAE there from Grant.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody else.
Well, like I said, I do beef cattle management for my SAE. I show and sell a steer at the expo every year for 4-H and FFA. I started really getting into the beef cattle production with my father, and I mean that really started probably a couple years ago. I started really taking an interest in it, and ever since then, I'll probably take on the family farm at some point in time.
Okay. Do you own some cattle yourself?
I'd own a couple, but
Okay.
not too many.
And then you do the annual market steer for the expo.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right, who's next?
Well, following that trend, my SAE consists of beef cattle production along with meat rabbit production. Like Clayton said, I'll probably end up taking over the family farm as well. It's really revolving around the family farm with my SAE. I do a lot of work around there. Not much else.
Okay, well, that's a lot. working on a farm involves a lot. I know quite well. This morning it's 6:15. We're leaving the house to go to the farm to put out hay for the cattle this morning. So it's busy time when you own cattle. All right, the Wilson girls.
My SAE is beef cattle production. Like I said earlier, I have lived and worked on a farm my entire life. Whenever my mom found out she was going to have twins, my grandpa actually had a set of twin calves that he gifted us, and ever since then we have continued to grow our herd and produce and sell cattle. And I continue to do that and work on the farm with my grandpa every day.
All right,
It's
cool.
just a really good time.
You bet. All right, Abby.
I do the beef cattle management. My dream is to own the family farm one of these days, and I've been on the farm since I was little bitty, helping my grandpa as long as I can remember. I enjoy the different tasks every day and just being with the animals and helping out.
All right, very good. So our audience can hear and see, if you folks happen to be watching the stream, but I know our listeners on KSMO AM 1340 or 95.7 FM can see that there is a concentration of beef cattle interest among these 5 students. And of course, as we analyze and think about Dent County, that really is, how do I want to say it, we'd be surprised if they were not involved with beef cattle, since they all come from farms that's the center point, the main enterprise of those farms. Let's shift our direction just a little bit and let's talk about FFA. What's been your favorite FFA activity and why? Whoever wants to start with that. What's been, since you've been in Ag and FFA, what's been your favorite FFA activity and why?
My favorite FFA activity was National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was probably my favorite because that was just a really good time to learn more and grow closer with my FFA friends. It was really fun.
It's a unique experience, that's for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Who else?
I agree
Dory?
with Allie. The amount of culture you see and learn, and the differences you see between just states or even parts of states in the way they do agriculture or the products they use or what they produce. And you get to really see all of that in National Convention.
It's an eye-opener, isn't it? It
Oh,
really is. Quite an educational experience. All right. Someone else, their favorite to this point and why?
Well, I don't really have a favorite. I enjoy it all. But, I like to get involved with the kids a lot. So, beef days. Then yesterday we had that petting zoo, and I don't know, I like them asking questions about agriculture, and I like to answer them questions as best as I can, see if they spark an interest in it.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent point. And I want to pursue that a little more about what you did yesterday. But we'll go on with Grant if he wants to comment about a favorite activity in FFA.
Like Clayton said, getting with the little kids is it's really fun, and answering all their questions, and sometimes they got some crazy questions because they're little, but it's always fun time with them. And if I was going to pick a favorite thing we do with them is we just started Ag Ed on the Move and going to teach 3rd graders about ag for a couple weeks, and I had a really good time doing that, and that was really fun for me.
That is a new program. I don't remember it before this past fall, I think, is when it started up. Were all of you involved in it? Oh, okay. Well, most of you were. Okay. And so that was with 3rd graders. Now, we made a little comment about, and we haven't had Abby's comment yet about her favorites, so we'll give her a chance before I pursue the topic I wanted to pursue.
My favorite, yesterday, of course, I really liked that because I like to get involved with the little kids and stuff and see how excited they get and stuff. But we also went to the Capitol on, I believe it was Wednesday. And I really enjoyed that, getting to listen to the different conferences that we went to and stuff, and seeing the governor and stuff like that. That was really fun.
Okay, it's National FFA Week. We've talked about that on air basically all this week. And these activities like yesterday, and I want somebody to describe in a little more detail what you did yesterday. I know from looking on Facebook and talking with Ms. Johnson and that I know what you did yesterday, but we need a little better, more in-depth description for our listeners. And then you mentioned, Abby mentioned going to the Capitol. What was the purpose in the trip to the Capitol?
So the purpose for us going to the Capitol was to learn more about different agriculture careers and get some more descriptions of what the different speakers we had, what their jobs consist of and stuff, and like how they started out and where they're at now, and just to learn some more information.
Okay, was that just a Salem FFA activity, or were there other chapters?
That was all around Missouri.
Okay, and what organization sponsored that or put it on? Was there an organization?
I think it was just the Missouri Agriculture Department.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. All right, yesterday, we talked about working with the little kids. What'd you do yesterday?
So-
Grant is excited. He wants to talk about yesterday. Go, Grant.
So yesterday, we all brought in different animals and set up a petting zoo for the little kids. The kindergartners through, I think it was kindergarten through first grade, and I brought my bloodhound Gracie and 2 of my little pigs, and my dog Gracie, she just laid on the ground. They all come up and scratched her stomach and licked a lot of them, and you know, I think it's gross, but them little kids just loved it to death. And I was holding one of them little pigs, and one kid got pooped on, but they thought that was the coolest thing, even though it's not. But you know, they just come through, and there wasn't one kid that walked through with their head down or just didn't act like they're having a bad. Nobody looked like they were having a bad time. They're all smiling and jumping around, and you could tell that they were all having a great day. And there's even one kid that come through and said, "This is the best day." And
anything not to be in regular class, of course. I know these high school students never think that direction or think about missing a day of school to go on an FFA activity, but I'm sure they don't pass it up either when they get the opportunity. All right, we're at the point where I know Stan indicated we need to take a little break in the midst of this. I'm queuing him up, but before we take that break, I want Clayton to share some of the sponsors that we have of FFA Day on KSMO Radio, on KSMO Media. It's not just radio anymore. We got the media aspect into. Clayton?
So the title sponsor is Roberts Judson Lumber Company. Then you got Dent County Farm Supply, Town and Country Bank, Intercounty Electric Cooperative, Garin Trucking Equipment, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Hubs Tire Center, Farm Bureau Insurance, Willie Strader as the agent, Tax Masters, and Riverways Federal Credit Union.
Our thanks to all those sponsors, and we'll share all the sponsors throughout the day, so just stay tuned and listen up for those folks that have made this day possible. I'm going to send it back to Stan for a short break, and then we'll be back.
Did you know that February...
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Students here and FFA members, I have two areas for sure that I want to deal with before our time expires, and we don't have a lot of time left. The first one, what have you found to be the most challenging part of being in Ag and or FFA? What have you found to be most challenging, most difficult for you?
I'd like to think, when it comes to FFA and Ag, you got to speak in front of people. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like when people look at me, and I don't like when the tension's just wrapped around me. But, that's definitely brought me out of my shell, for sure. And then, it's teaching kids, like on that Ag Ed on the Move. I'm not a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. But when you can tell the kids are interested, that gets you a little bit more interested. And then you just it goes from there.
That's pretty well put, Clayton. The Hedricks will be proud of you. Well done. Somebody else, Grant.
Well, Clayton was talking about talking. Talking's never, I like to talk. It's never been really a problem.
Most everybody's
for me.
aware of that. I think it's every
Yeah,
round.
but,
In fact, your talking even garnered you a special award this week, didn't it?
yeah, I wrote a speech about the pork industry, and I went to state for that and ended up with second place there.
Congratulations.
And that's what I was, I like to talk, people conversation, kind of like we're having right now, but never talk in front of huge crowds. That was kind of get a little nervous, and that speech helped me out quite a bit with that. But, just interacting with people and, those kind of things, and that FFA's helped with that a lot.
Very good. Ladies?
Well, I think being a woman in agriculture sometimes produces a certain amount of struggle just because there's people that doubt us because we're a woman. We're, quote unquote, the weaker gender. And I just feel like it puts more pressure on us to do better. And it's just kind of a struggle that's always there.
Okay. Something I hadn't given a thought to, but I am very, very well aware that we're seeing more and more women in the leadership position, the head leader of farming operations. I read about it in a lot of the blogs and emails I get in different magazines, and so that, ladies, it's going to be there, and you're going to do a good job with it. All right, what else have you found difficult?
I will probably have to agree with the boys. I don't like to talk in front of people, but like things like this before FFA, I would have never done this, but FFA's helped me to feel more comfortable with things like this.
Absolutely. You start out in Ag 1 saying the FFA creed, and that gets you up in front of your peers, and that is really nerve-wracking. And then Ag 2, you do a speech in Ag 2 if you want to progress to your chapter degree, so it all keeps adding up. But it's all working, and then you bring in things like the working with the third graders in the fall, beef days in the fall, the barnyard you just did. All those things contribute to your development of those public speaking skills. Allie?
I will have to say probably my most challenging struggle was the presenting part of FFA, having to memorize certain things and speak in front of people. That's always challenging and nerve-wracking, but I feel like once I do it, I get better, and it makes it easier to present things in the future. So I'm pretty grateful that we do that.
All right, very good. The other area, and I'll quickly move to a little different topic, but one that I usually deal with the group, and that is contest teams, career development events. I'm sure you're doing some preparation now for some contest teams for this spring. I see heads nodding, and of course those that are watching on the stream, they can see those heads nodding. Would you quickly share and just a little description of the different of the contest team you happen to be involved in? And we call them career development events, and you also have the CDEs and the LDEs, the leadership development events, which are FFA strictly, like the speaking. Anybody in an LDE? All right, Grant will tell you a little bit about the LDE, the leadership development event he's involved in, and then others are involved in career development events. So if you would, just kind of a little bit about what you're working on in terms of a career development event or leadership development event this year.
So I was normally a part of the livestock judging team. I I know a little bit about it, and I did pretty good at the last couple competitions we went to last year. But this year I saw in the paper to sign up for soil, and I think that's probably going to help me a lot, and I want to learn about it. So figured why not learn about it and then go compete and see if I remember it, you know.
Good plan. Good plan. Another thing about it, keep in mind, always keep in mind, and to all of you, our number one management in Dent County, is it the beef cow or the soil? It is really the soil that we need to manage and what it produces, because what it produces we're marketing through our beef cattle. All right, Grant?
So last year I did dairy foods, and I was planning on doing that again this year so I could build off of that. That's a CDE, but somebody took that, and I decided that I wanted to do agronomy, which is study of field crops and seeds, and so I'm going to do that and try that, and then LDE, I'm going to do prepared public speaking, and kind of working on a topic, but I think I'm going to talk about either wildlife management or hobby farming.
Okay, very good. Ladies, are we involved in career development events or leadership development events?
So I haven't ever done a career development event, but I decided to do one on floriculture. So
Very good.
I'm not sure what to expect on that, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So.
All right.
I am also going to be a part of the floriculture because I want to learn more about that topic and try to compete in it.
All right. Kind of, how do I want to put this? You're kind of spreading your wings a little bit, trying some areas that you're really not all that familiar with. Okay. Tori, are you doing a career development event or?
Not this year. I did
Okay.
livestock last year with Clayton, but I don't think I'm going to pick one up this year.
That's part of Ag and FFA and the decision making of what we do and how we balance all that. And sometimes other obligations keep us from being involved, and we have to make decisions. It comes down to that, and that's part of what you're growing up and maturing as you go through Ag and FFA. Well, I told Stan that about 8:45 we'd be cutting this off. We're about 8:47, I think. Let's give those advertisers, supporters one more time. Let's give them recognition. I'll ask Clayton to read that, and at the end of that, we'll send it back to Stan. Clayton?
Running the top one again?
Yes.
All right, so your title sponsors, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, then Dent County Farm Supply, Town and Country Bank, Intercounty Electric Cooperative, Guard Truck and Equipment, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Hubs Tire Center, Farm Bureau Insurance, Willie Strader as the agent, Tax Masters, and Riverways Federal Credit Union.
And with that, we thank you, and we'll send it back to Stan.
Thank you, Bob. Here, KS.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.